Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Fenner and HillBilly on Orbital Shipyard. And by Fenner, I mean Fenner. Fenner sent me a replay pack. It is filled with wins and losses, and they are really good games, and I really thank him very much for sending me the replay pack. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player, Fenner. And in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Zerg player, HillBilly. So it's a ZVZ matchup. Again, I know I said I don't usually like the mirror matchups, but I am prepared to make an exception because Fenner is a really good professional StarCraft 2 player. He lives in Australia. He is British. I really love both of those countries, and so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say this game is going to be amazing. For my viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. You too can send me replays at FalconPaladin@gmail.com. It does not just have to be people who do this for a living. So, both players going for that 15 hatch. The spawning pool coming up soon after as well. Nothing too crazy happening. We are actually throwing up a spore. Wait, why? Why on earth are we putting a spore crawler here? HillBilly, what are you doing? Fenner pulling a lot of his drones to kill this. Desperately trying to kill the spore crawler. Forcing the cancel. Oh, it doesn't get the surround on the drone and it's able to survive. What is going on? Why would you throw... Someone explain to me in the comments why throwing down a spore crawler in your enemy's base is a good idea, because I don't understand it. That is for sure. I mean, I guess you can kill overlords with it that are too lazy to go around them, but otherwise I don't see the point. Zerglings coming out for both players. Right now it looks like Fenner has a few heading on out and a drone heading on the way back home. This is a spine. Tell me that's a spine. Yes. So a spine coming up from HillBilly. Total number of lings, 4 out for Fenner and none out for our friend HillBilly. So this might be a little bit dangerous for him. These lings could get some good harassment out there. Is a queen though. Queens do super well against lings. Gets onto the creep. The slow lings are now faster lings and get chased away by the queen. Don't try to get that scouting information off, and then heading back on in. Maybe trying to skirt around the queen, fake her into thinking they escaped, and does not want to lose any of these lings. Every unit can matter in StarCraft 2, especially at this level. I mean, again, there's no ladder, so I don't know how evenly matched these players are, but I have to assume they are pretty darn close because, again, they have the same builds. The micro's been good. HillBilly might be insane with that spore crawler that he threw up here, but he seems to know what he's doing otherwise, so no big deal. Good injects coming on out from Fenner. How are the injects for HillBilly? Looking really good as well. Both hatcheries throwing out those extra eggs that are so important to the economy and the macro. Roach Warren coming up early here for HillBilly. Again, 3-minute 25-second mark. Not super early. Fenner just kind of sticking on the Zerglings. Not actually even getting speed. Does he have speed? No, he doesn't. He's saving up his gas for something else entirely. Good Overlord placement here by HillBilly. Just checking things out, making sure nothing too insane is coming his way. And yeah, creep spread good as well. Spine crawler is here for HillBilly. Here comes the drop. Queen drop. Oh, I am so excited. The queen drop comes down to take down this overlord. I have not seen that before. That is crazy. Again, the queen's mobility is a huge problem going on the offensive. I wonder if you could just like drop queens back here. I kind of want to see that. I'm not going to lie. That would be crazy go nuts. All right, HillBilly with speed on his overlords. Did he get... Yeah, looks like he did get that speed. These guys are fast. They are cruising here. Okay, so offensive queens. That's what we're seeing here. I know that phrase could probably be construed to mean something else, but here it means these queens are inside this overlord and they're trying to do damage across the map. Quick drink there. Are we just going to use this to kill overlords? Is that all we're doing, HillBilly? I mean, I applaud your vision, but you could do better than this, right? Might not even get that one. Nope, trying to get it anyway. And there's a drop. And, oh, no, kill the overlord and then get picked up. Not quite able to do it. Going up on the high ground to make an attempt. There it goes. Bam! Overlord dies. Lings are like, alright, we're going to avenge our queen. We don't have speed. Speed is actually just about finished, though, for Fenner. And there it is. Roach speed coming up for both players, as well as +1 missile attacks. 9 roaches on the way for HillBilly. Going to be able to handle these lings, I have to imagine. Where are these roaches? They are not here, that's for sure. Especially with the spine, though, that's pretty darn good. Going to try to get a surround on all these roaches, though, but reinforcements come from the natural. The queens come in. 2 queens against 1 queen. Oh no, these are just drones. This queen might actually die. She's trying to run away. She's very fast on the creep, but so are these chasing queens. Couple more hits. No, transfuse at the last second from Fenner. Keeps the queen alive. The Overlord tries to escape. There are 3 queens trying to shoot it out of the air, though. Harassment with queens. This is such a brilliant idea. I like it so much. I really, really do. All right. Again, thank you so much for sending this in, Fenner. I like seeing new stuff in Legacy of the Void, and that's really what this is. So fantastic play. Both players, again, just getting those roach upgrades. A Hydralisk Den, though, coming out for HillBilly. Lurker Den on the way for Fenner. So Lurker Roach, I think, might be the new meta in ZVZ. Although, again, the Spore Crawlers were nerfed to do less damage against biological flying units. And so mutas might be more viable than they used to be as well. That Overlord getting a little bit too close again. Getting sniped down by these queens if it is not careful. Hydras are here. Lings are here. Roaches run right on in. We're going to zoom out just a little bit. Try to see this. The roaches get fully surrounded by the Lings. Roaches and Hydras on the outside, crushing them as well. There are queens here for the transfuse for HillBilly. Reinforcing roaches coming on in. Hydras, though, just doing too much damage with the Lings as the meat shield. And that is it. The roaches are forced to run on back home. This Overseer is here. Kind of ignored at the moment. Not really scouting anything either. Creep spread going very well for Fenner. Playing fantastically well. This Overlord might scout some things out as well, but choosing just to hang out for now. Instead, both players, again, getting that Lurker Den, getting extra gas. 18 Lings on the way for Fenner. So maybe a Ling Hydra type approach. Ling Hydra, Lurker. I don't know. Lurker Den has finished, actually, for Fenner. He hasn't made any yet, though. Yeah. Oh. No, that's HillBilly's. HillBilly's is not done yet. Fenner's is totally done. Where is this thing? There it is. Not actually getting the range upgrade quite yet. No big deal. Hanging out here by the Automaton 2000. Oh, and they killed it. They killed the Automaton 2000. Fenner, you're so mean to NPC type things on the map. I guess that's what they are, right? NPCs or doodads, or what are they called? Critters. I think officially they're critters in StarCraft 2 as well as Warcraft. Again, this Overlord spread is good. I like it a lot for a HillBilly, scouting everything out. Fenner not so concerned about it. Here we come. The Lurkers are on their way, and they're going to do a lot of damage unless there's an Overseer around, and there's not. Here comes another Queen drop coming up the left side. Lurkers dropping and saying, come on over here, everybody. No, Overseer now morphing. Very, very smart. A lot of Spine Crawlers coming in. The Roaches at the top of this ramp do have the high ground, trying to snipe down that Spine Crawler, but no, the Roaches run on back. Lurkers are here, taking it down, exploding the Spine Crawler. And no, one of the Lurkers does die before it can actually burrow. The Overseer is here, so I don't know how much it matters. Roaches pushing on in. Lurkers in the back doing a lot of the damage. This Lurker with 2 kills, 5 kills there, 3 kills there. Predators and Slayers all around, sniping down this static defense. That's what they're good at, laying siege to opponents who are using that static defense. Fenner backs up just a little bit and then brings the Lurkers back in, and burrows. Might be susceptible to a run forward by these Roaches. The Roaches not interested quite in doing that, though. Again, the angle is just really good with these Lurkers. Moving back and forth, positioning just a little bit closer every single time, trying to snipe down that Spine Crawler. It goes down as well. Another Spine Crawler might get on very quickly to boot, and no, it does manage to stay alive, but a Queen is here. Might die, does back out, has a lot of energy for transfuses. Hasn't quite used him yet, though, for Fenner. Maybe waiting for something else. The Queen's up here doing harassment to everything they can and finally getting cleaned up and heading on back home. This dance back and forth with the Roaches is pretty darn good. Sniping down what? The plates, I suppose? Offensive sniping down plates is fun. That Spine Crawler going to die as well. Boop. There it goes. Roach goes in, and did that? They actually managed to snipe. They did manage to snipe a Lurker. Well played. Another Lurker dies. One Lurker is left, though. I'm not sure who has the upper hand here. Fenner 138 to 103 supply. He's ahead that way, but he has the contain, but he just kind of gave it up. I think he's going to head on home, now taking a 4th base. Already has it. Fenner's macro is very, very impeccable at this point, to be sure. Taking more and more Vespene gas. That Vespene gas so important to Zerg players, especially in the late game. Is he just sticking with the Lurkers? Yeah, Lurker Hydra pretty much is the composition. Lurkers coming out as well for HillBilly. Both players doing what they can. A Lurker morphing right in the middle of the map, unprotected by anything, so exposed, but I don't think it matters. None of HillBilly's units are anywhere nearby, to be sure. More Spine Crawlers coming up. HillBilly really in love with a static defense. I don't know. Again, this is pretty much the point, I'd have to say, of Legacy of the Void, is unorthodox strategies to see how they work. So well played by HillBilly. I commend you, to be sure. Creep Tumor sitting here spying on the enemy. Fenner does not know that it's there. No, but it actually gives him pretty good vision and spots out a spine crawler. I mean, nothing super important, but pretty interesting nonetheless. What the heck is under attack? Overseer actually trying to scout stuff out all the way all over the place is HillBilly. Pretty smart play. And yeah, I don't know if you heard that thunder, but I think that was thunder. Might get some rain here later tonight, which is fun. Lurker line set up right on the outside of the outskirts. And Nydus worm popping on up here. This base does get spotted, though. The Ling's going to town on it. No upgrades. I'm not sure if they can actually kill it, but here comes the Nydus. Is it spotted by our friend Fenner? And no, he has no idea that it's here. What's going to come out of it? Lurkers! Lurkers come out right on into the main. Is there any oh no, there's no observer here. The Overseer is late. All these roaches getting roasted, spined to death by these Lurkers. There are enough roaches left, though, maybe to clean this up. I don't know. And yes, barely enough roaches to deal with this. All the roaches die. Nydus worm goes down, but man, that was a lot of roaches dead for Fenner. Fenner has now lost 28 roaches, but 6 Lurkers have died, and 36 roaches for HillBilly. A lot of deaths in this particular match. Roaches coming on up, trying to deal with these Hydras. Roaches versus Hydras alone. Hydras do not stand a chance. They need something to tank for them, anything at all. But no, the Roaches pushing up with their +1 attack, +1 missile attack, +2 attack for Fenner. Reinforcements trying to come down. Another Nydus coming up for HillBilly. This does not look good at all for Fenner. This base might actually fall. The Roach counterattack is huge for HillBilly. But the reinforcement, again, the +2 missile attack, really doing what they can for Fenner. More roaches pouring out of the Nydus worm. Is it enough to actually deal with this? I don't know if it is. Again, the +2 attack, so important for Fenner. Does manage to clean it up here. Lurkers trying to burrow in, do damage to the front door, but there is a spine crawler line all the way across here for HillBilly, and eventually everything gets cleaned up. Whew, and Fenner can take a break. So again, this constant pressure from HillBilly, very impressive. I have to imagine he is at least a master, grandmaster level player. He's shown a lot of reinforcement here. Was that a Nydus worm? Another Nydus worm pops up here on the low ground, morphing in an Overseer for HillBilly. Run away, the roaches say, back into the Nydus, and the Nydus explodes. Bloop. Man, that is such a great animation. Nydus worms dying is like one of my favorite things in this game. This base I think might actually die. Another Nydus popping on up here. This one is spotted. Can it be seen on the minimap? Is the question. I don't know. Either way, we are ready for it. Fenner has units ready to go. Going to try to snipe down this base. Lurkers are here. Going to kill so many workers. Another Nydus popping on up. HillBilly saying, oh no, my base is going to die. Poor workers, poor drones. That is a 19 to 15 harvesters that have been lost. This base is going to go down for sure. This Nydus got picked up again and cleaned up pretty much immediately. Was there another one? Where the heck is that? I guess this one popped. Was that the sound that I just heard? I don't know. You may have noticed that the sound of a Nydus worm erupting is the sound in the back of my opening animation on my videos here on YouTube. Again, I just love the sound. I love the fear it strikes into the heart of people who are playing against Zerg. Even if it is Zerg, I guess, you have that same feeling, that same pit in your stomach that's like, oh no, a Nydus worm erupted. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? But again, Fenner handling it very carefully. Another Nydus popping up again. HillBilly is not going to give up, taking another base to replace the one that he lost over here. But Fenner has this base mining. He is up 164 to 160 supply. Actually, he's down in supply. There's the Nydus. Roaches popping on up. The response from Fenner, though, very good. Again, +2 attack on these roaches, but +1 armor for the roaches for Fenner. I think he might just be out macroed, though. Lurkers popping out and burrowing. Run away from the Lurkers. And they do, but Roach Hydra very strong. Going to try to time this to get in here. Snipe down those Lurkers first of all, and then deal with the roaches. Yes, that's exactly what Fenner is doing. All of the Lurkers are now dead. The roaches and Hydras cleaning up the rest of the roaches that popped out of that Nydus worm. One more to go, and Pop wins that battle very convincingly. Fenner all over the map defending. Sending out some Overlords with the drop ability. Maybe to drop some Lurkers on here into the natural. Maybe take down that Spire. Why is there a Spire? Ah, because Mutas are coming out. That is why. Mutas are on the way for our friend HillBilly. Again, who I've gained a lot of respect for, to be honest. Woo! Alright. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Here we go. Dropping. Oh no, the Overlord's trying to drop, but no, the Mutas spot it immediately, trying to snipe these things down. The Lurkers pop out. They say, our ride is going to die. We have to get out of here immediately, but no, the Mutas from the air doing ton of damage. The reinforcements here from Fenner, though, coming on in. Roaches, Hydras to defend. Get out of here, mutas, they say. Our lurkers are not for killing. The mutas need to run away. Good control there exhibited by HillBilly, evacuating as soon as he possibly could. Another base. Man, look at this game. This is fantastic. I'm so... Woo! So on the edge of my seat. My throat hurts, but that's okay. We're going to keep casting anyway. Going to try to drop these lurkers on in here into the natural, it looks like. So the answer to the Nydus looks like it's going to be Overlords. One dying with a lurker inside. Unfortunately, lurkers burrowing here at the top of the ramp. Both of them dying, though. A couple of them left. This is kind of a huge deal. Going to try to snipe down this Nydus network. HillBilly desperately trying to pop one up before this dies. I think if this falls... Mutas again killing what they can. Takes down one lurker. Takes out two lurkers, saving the Nydus network. Workers are here for Fenner to take it down as fast as they possibly can. And yeah, immediately snipes it. Well played there by Fenner. More thunder rolls in the distance, just echoing how dramatic this cast is. Man, that sounded amazing. Again, I don't know if you could hear it, but it was cool. Might go outside and sit in the rain here just a little bit. Either way, Fenner running away right now. I'm not sure where he's going. There's nothing up here to kill of HillBillies. A bit of a stalemate. I think both players are kind of just sitting back, taking a breather. This has been really a non-stop match. Spore Crawler's coming up to deal with the fact that there are mutas on the field. And let's see that Spore Crawler stats as soon as it pops. Again, I think it lost that plus damage to bio, or it was nerfed just a little bit, but no big deal. Oh no! Roach counterattack at the 4th base. Is the Spore going to finish? No, it is definitely not, unless... Yes, it does finish. Alright, so biological 30. I think it used to be 45 damage versus biological. So now it's 30. Again, making those mutas a little more viable in ZVZ and Legacy of the Void. So that's good stuff. Roach is getting surrounded just a little bit. Burning past the reinforcements from the top. Heading on out to the left. They want to live, but I don't know if there's anywhere for them to go. They're running as fast as they can with the speed on the creep. Coming up, more reinforcements for Fenner, popping in, killing a couple of the roaches. Where the heck are they going? Making their stand on this ramp. Again, doing a good job. HillBilly doing very well with positioning, kind of forcing Fenner out of where he wants to be, out of his comfort zone, but I think he's in trouble. Fenner's up 161 to 121 supply. Right now, Fenner has 22 Hydras, 24 Roaches. That is a pretty darn big army to only 7 Roaches, 12 Lurkers, and 3 Mutas for HillBilly. He is in a lot of trouble, to be sure. Lurkers here to defend the placement of this 5th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base officially, unless this is the 6th base. Yeah, it's the 5th base. This one's not quite up just yet. It has died once, but it got reset. So anyway, Nydus network, I think, is still active. It is. It's bleeding, but it's healing because it's on the creep, so no big deal. Is it 274? Yep. Yes, it is. Muta's flying around, taking down creep tumors. I guess that's pretty good. Limiting Fenner's ability to see across the map is very nice. This creep will proceed very quickly. Roaches and Hydra say, you're going to try to take your base here. Again, I will destroy it. But again, there are lurkers, so be very careful about running on into there. These queens are in a lot of trouble. Spine crawlers here as well. Might just try to run past the spines, but no. Decides to stop and fight instead, but there are a lot of lurkers here. The lurkers for Fenner are just a little bit too far away, I think. Again, trying to focus down the lurkers as best they can. The roaches are still here as well. The queens transfusing as best they possibly can. All of Fenner's Hydras are dying left and right. Reinforcing roaches popping on in, sitting right on top of that lurker. Finally manages to kill it. There's still a spine left and a lurker left for Fenner here, but it gets taken down by the mutas and the queens. Lurkers burrowing in, trying to snipe down these queens as best they can, doing a lot of damage. Transfuses keeping the queens alive, though. Reinforcing roaches coming in as well to try to take down the queens, but the queens are immortal. Look at these transfuses. Fenner calls the GG. HillBilly is victorious. Whoa! I did not expect that at all. I think that was a bit of a last stand there for Fenner. Or for Fenner, it was pretty much mined out here. Didn't have anything going here at all. Was pretty much out of money, no gas income. Lost this base, was trying to replant it, but I think he saw just the number of roaches that came out for HillBilly and decided that was it. I can't quite handle it. This base is fully mining. Again, more static defense for HillBilly. I just feel like maybe Fenner was a little bit too eager to move up this ramp. There were lurkers here. These lurkers got a ton of kills. I think maybe running around and taking out these expansions as best as he possibly could. Again, with all the static defense, it might have been very difficult killing this one as well. And maybe taking an additional base of his own. He could have possibly won the game. But in the end, really well fought by both players. Thanks again for sending this in, Fenner. Wins and losses, I really respect that from you. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload Legacy of the Void cast. As usual, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin.com. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe to catch more daily Legacy of the Void casting, as well as Heart of the Swarm stuff and Hearthstone and other things that I have planned. And as always, until next time, you take care of yourself.